I might be about to transition out of part-time work, and I just want to say that working part-time has been one of the best things that I've ever done work-wise for my neurodivergence. I feel like it has given me the balance that I needed to function as a human adult. Yes, I've been able to clean at home, take care of myself and my dog. I've just been able to feel like I can live and okay, so one of the examples I always have for I'm undiagnosed for ADHD, among other things, but one of the ways that I explain it is like, say that life is putty. Okay, let me land. Say that life is putty and everybody else has their putty in the palm of their hands and they can hold their putty and it's all good. For me, with ADHD, I feel like I try my best to grab my putty in my hands, but my hands are too small or my putty is too big. And the more that I try and grab it, it squeezes out of my fingers. And that's what it feels like living with ADHD, especially as I'm getting older and older and my responsibilities get more and more. It's just, it feels impossible. But when I'm working part-time, I do know what it is, but I also don't know what it is. I feel like a weight is lifted off. Like I have the freedom in my mind and then also of my body to be able to take care of myself in the way that I feel like comes easy to other people. Yeah, so just I'm an advocate for working part-time, and now that I know that this potentially could be coming to an end for me, it is something I would love to talk about more, because I just feel like there's so many people out there who are undiagnosed, maybe like me, or maybe they don't necessarily even are aware. They're not aware that they might have neurodivergence, but working part-time would completely save their lives. I had so many instances where I would come home and just be on the verge of a meltdown, or I'd be already shutting down, or I'd feel ill when I wouldn't actually be ill. It would be circumstantial, just because my body was so done. I was so drained. I was doing my best to perform constantly, and not just in the normal ways of work, but also I felt like my life as an adult was performing. I was cosplaying being a regular adult, and it just wasn't working for me. I was just so drained, and I couldn't even think about coming home and making dinner. I couldn't think about taking my dog out for a walk. I couldn't think about prepping, did I already say prepping dinner? Just doing normal things to take care of myself, very simple things. And then I would see my colleagues and they'd be like, oh yeah, I went to the gym this morning before I came into work and I'm meeting some friends for dinner. Are you joking, mate? Because I could probably do one thing that week, and that would be on a Friday, so that I would still have the rest of my weekend to rejuvenate myself and recoup so that I could go back into the next working week. It felt like I was constantly living, like trudging through life, at the same time working so hard, being behind everybody else. Everyone else felt like miles ahead of me. And I just couldn't keep that up. So when I finally had the opportunity to go part-time, my God, it changed everything for me. So if you do have the opportunity to go part-time, I know that not everybody does, because the financial aspects of going part-time, yeah, it's not been great. But you know, I do feel like it has been a privilege for me, because I live with siblings, so I'm able to share the costs of like my living costs. But if you do have that opportunity, take it and see what it does for your mental, see what it does for your body, see what it does for you feeling like, oh my gosh, I can live life, I can maintain hobbies, I can maintain a social life, because that's something I really didn't feel like I could do before. My friends were at work, and if they weren't at work, baby, when was I ever going to see you? When was I ever going to see family? When was I ever going to involve myself in my hobbies? My graveyard of hobbies, she's revived. She has revived and she is doing well. But yeah, it's just something I feel like is worth talking about, because I know that a lot of people, for example, who are diagnosed with autism do not work a full-time job, because like it feels impossible. It feels absolutely impossible, and I get it. Yeah, especially as someone who is undiagnosed and suspects herself of ADHD, autism, and potentially OCD. Great. It is quite difficult being undiagnosed because you do have that imposter syndrome, and you also, I don't always feel comfortable like talking to work about these things when I don't have the paperwork to back it up. It's just what I suspect of myself, and then the discouraging aspect as well of going down the line to get diagnoses. Yeah, it's just the process wasn't made for the neurodivergent, you know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, so this has been a bit of a ramble, but if you have the opportunity to work part-time, take it. It might just change your life. I'm done. Bye.